Yeah, I think it's what's fun about voiceover. You can be anything or anyone. Dr. Richtofen has been around for a long time. With gaming, with a lot of that stuff, it started out where we were just screaming, get down, and grenade. Now it's become much more narrative. It went from just being, mashing buttons to critical play. Tea with lemon and honey is probably I think that's the old standby, but I just drink water or burn it down with more whiskey. I don't know.
From the depths of the jungle to Atlanta Comic-Con, I'm here joined by the iconic Nolan North. Good to see you, sir. With over 400 acting credits, this man has a lengthy resume with some of the most iconic characters in gaming and animation history. I gotta ask, how has your perception of voice acting changed over the years from when you first started? Because I know you come from a sports background and a journalistic background. You've just lived so much life before becoming a full-time actor. So how has your perception of it all just radically changed?
Well, I think particularly with doing a lot of different voice work, there's been, it used to be just animation, cartoons. Then there was a rise of a lot of films, animated films, even back in the day, like Little Mermaid, Lion King, all the way up to, the Elio that's just out this month. And then, with gaming, with a lot of that stuff, it started out where we were just screaming, get down, and grenade, and now it's become much more narrative. I think that it went from just being, mashing buttons to critical play, and narrative storytelling. So there's been a big evolution. I don't know where the next bit goes, but hopefully I'll still be along for the ride.
We all hope for that, sir. Well, speaking of getting down and grenades, Call of Duty, I love you so much as Richtofen. You're, fun story. I've told my other friends about this, but you're the first voice actor's face I ever saw, because I love Richtofen's voice so much. I was like, I have to know who plays him. And I was like, mind you, I'm a little kid. I'm like, you look nothing like Richtofen.
No. You're not supposed to look like the characters you play all the time. Now, Nathan Drake, I resemble them, but I think that's what's fun about voiceover. You can be anything or anyone. And Dr. Richtofen has been around for a long time, and it's one of my favorite characters to voice, and just because the writing is so good, the fandom, everybody we meet here at the Comic-Cons, and there seems to be no end to Dr. Richtofen. So, and stay tuned, there's a lot more coming.
I can't wait. Well, I want to talk about in the Call of Duty franchise, Brutus. I love that the Warden.
Brutus.
Brutus. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, I played a Brutus, I think, in Transformers.
Yeah, the big combiner.
But Brutus, yeah.
How'd you get that? Was it like an audition, or were they like, do this?
No, I think, it was a while ago. I think it was Call of the Dead. I was the Warden, and then this...
You also played one of the prisoners in that same game,
But in that game, I was actually one of the prison guards who turns into Brutus when the whole thing, when all the goes down, and it just was this big Elvis voice coming from nowhere. I will be reborn. And it was just, they're like, can you do that? I'm like, how long? The funny thing about that is that typical sessions are like 4 hours. Those are always limited to like 2 because they're a throat buster,
How do you bounce back from kind of sort of those deep, dark characters like that?
My wife loves it. I don't talk for a day, It's I tell actors, don't ever audition with a voice that you can't sustain for a while. I just got weird vocal cords, I guess, and I think it's rest, it's hydration. There's no real big secret. I know there's all kinds of lozenges and Chinese herbs. I know people exactly. There's all kinds. Fred Tatasciore was famous for that. Tea with lemon and honey is probably I think that's the old standby, but I just drink water or burn it down with more whiskey. I don't know. Whatever works for you. Everybody's different, I guess.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you so much for taking time. I know you got to go ahead out of here. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Hope to see you around. Thank you.